My name is Natalia Susana Putri. Today, I would like to present my proposal entitled An Analysis of English Phrasal Verbs Found in 5 Grease Movie Original Soundtracks. The first one is Chapter 1, Introduction. The first one is Research Background. English phrasal verb is a kind of verb which is hard to comprehend because sometimes it has an implicit meaning. They can usually be found in poetry, short story, drama, or song lyrics. Phrasal verbs are generally defined as non-literal verbs since their meaning cannot be concluded by studying its individual parts. It as, they gave up, he took in her sister, or the manager called off the meeting. Nevertheless, some phrasal verbs do have a literal meaning and can be easily assumed from its individual parts. It as, she came in, or they went out, or I found out the truth. In recent time, song is not only as an entertainment for the listener to enjoy, but also as a way for learning sentence structure or grammatical, enriching the vocabulary or training pronunciation, etc. Song has full of knowledge. The lyric is one of the written grammatical units that contain phrases, sentence, idioms. Therefore, song lyrics can be analyzed from structure or literary work. And the next one is research problem. The research problems are first, what phrasal verbs are used in the lyric of Grease movie original soundtracks. The second one is what are the meaning of phrasal verbs used in the lyric of Grease movie original soundtracks. And the last one is what are the dominant phrasal verbs found in the lyrics of Grease movie original soundtracks. And the next one is research focus. This study limits on analyzing the types, the meaning, and the dominant phrasal verbs that are found in 5 original soundtracks of Grease movie. They are Summer Nights, Hopelessly Devoted to You, You're the One That I Want, Grease Lightning, and We Go Together. And the next one is research objectives. The first research objectives is to identify types of phrasal verb used in the lyric of Grease movie original soundtracks. The second one is to describe the meaning of phrasal verb which are used in the lyrics of Grease movie original soundtracks. And the last one is to find out the dominant phrasal verbs found in the lyric of Grease movie original soundtracks. Going to the research significance. My research significance is divided into 2 categories. They are theoretical significance and practical significance. Theoretical significance, for the first one, is for English teachers. The result of this research may be useful for English teaching information about English phrasal verb, especially in enhancing methods and topics for teaching English. And the second one is for the students. It is expected that it can ease the students to understand about phrasal verbs and can be used as learning reference to support their English mastery, especially in vocabulary and structure subject. And the last one is for readers. It is expected that this research can enhance the knowledge of those who are interested in linguistics and literature, since many authors use phrasal verbs in their writing, both fiction and non-fiction. And the next one is practical significance. Practically, the result of this research gives more information and inspiration for the next researchers who wants to conduct further research in phrasal verb, especially in analyzing English phrasal verb in song lyrics. And the next one is definition of key term. I put the definition of analysis, verb, phrase, phrasal verb, and songs lyric. Now I'm going to the second chapter, literature review. This chapter will be about review of related literatures. So it all will be discussed about the theories related with my research. The concept and theory consist of definition of phrasal verb, types of phrasal verb, literal and non-literal meaning of phrasal verb, the grammar pattern of phrasal verb, the most common pattern of phrasal verbs in phrasal verb, synonyms of phrasal verbs, the definition of particle in phrasal verb, place of particle in phrasal verb, and the last one is the importance of phrasal verb. Now going to the previous research. The first one is an analysis of English phrasal verb types found in Maroon 5's album song About Jane and their translation techniques by Anissa S.Y. and Natalia from University of Gunadarma 2019. And the second one is analysis kinds of phrasal verbs in the TED Talk speech, The Power of Introverts, produced by Susan Cain in edition on March 2018 by Anglila Wikasita Kusumaning Ahayu, a student of YN Salatiga 2018. The difference between the present research and the second previous research is that the present research focused on analyzing types and the meaning of phrasal verbs that are found in the song lyric of Grease movie original soundtracks, while Anissa Eshe and Nurlaila's analysis focused on translation techniques in Maroon 5's album Song About Jane. And next, the similarity between the present research and the second previous research is that Anglila Wikasita Kusumaning Ahayu, a student of YN Salatiga in 2018, analyzed kinds of phrasal verb in the TED Talk speech, The Power of Introverts, produced by Susan Cain, and present researcher analyzed types of English phrasal verb in 5 Grease movie original soundtracks lyric. Sorry. And next for the framework, the first one is the subject, 5 Grease movie original soundtracks. And the first step is identifying the data where phrasal verbs found in the song lyrics of 5 Grease movie original soundtracks. And the next step is classifying the data based on the types of phrasal verb, which are intransitive, transitive and separable, transitive and inseparable, and inseparable. And the next step is finding out the meaning of phrasal verb, and then finding out the dominant of phrasal verbs. And the last one is discussion and conclusion. Now we're going to the third chapter, research method. The first one is kind of research and approach. In this research, the researcher uses a descriptive qualitative method of research in analyzing the topic. Next, research setting and subject. The setting of this research is at the researcher's own house on Jalan Kusumamihing, number 18, Palangkaraya. The sources of data are from a movie titled Grease. Grease, the original soundtrack from the motion picture, is the original motion picture soundtrack for the 1987 movie Grease. The soundtrack was released on April 14, 1978, 2 months ahead of the film's release. The 5 chosen soundtracks gives credit to and prominently features the 2 stars of the film, John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John. Next is role of the researcher. The researcher acts as planner, the data collector, and the data analyst of the research. The other instrument in this research is the data sheet to collect and classify the data, also supported with articles, journals, and literature reviews that are related with the topic being discussed in this research. And the next, technique of data collection. To collect the data for this research, the researcher applied this as follows. The researcher finds the song lyrics for all songs. The song lyrics is available online in an application named Music Match Lyrics from Google Play. Second, the researcher collects the copy of the lyrics in a doc file by copy and paste it from application. Third, the researcher identifies the phrasal verbs, which are intransitive, transitive and separable, transitive and inseparable, and inseparable. Fourth, the researcher analyzes and also describes the meaning of the whole collected data in accordance to the types of the phrases, then put the data at the table data. And fifth, the researcher classifies the phrasal verbs from the table data to find out the dominant phrasal verbs. Going to the technique of data analysis. The steps to analyze the data are, first, the researcher reads and comprehends the song lyrics. The second step, the researcher identifies and underlines the words or sentence that contains phrasal verbs. And the third step, the researcher collects the data related to the aim of the study to the table data. And the fourth step, the researcher analyzes the data collected with appropriate forms of the English phrasal verb. And the fifth step, the researcher describes the meaning of the phrasal verbs. And then next, the researcher organizes the data to find out the dominant phrasal verbs. And the last step, the researcher discusses and draws conclusions based on the data. The researcher will also be supported by the tables to classify and identify the data. This is table of the analysis of phrasal verb found in the song lyric. The table consists of number, song title, line, phrasal verb, and the meaning. For example, number 1, And the song title is Hopelessly Devoted to You. And then the line is pushed my love aside. And then the phrasal verb is pushed aside. And then the meaning is the phrasal verb is transitive and separable. The meaning is to push the unpleasant feeling in order to stop worrying or thinking about it. And then the last one is trustworthiness. First, credibility. To achieve the credibility of the data, the researcher gathered several sources in the form of research books, papers, journals, and some written sources from the internet related to the study of phrasal verb. Then the researcher also asked opinions and suggestions from her topic advisors. And then second, transferability. The researcher is demanded to give detailed description about the result of the study so the other researcher could do the same research on the same field. And the third one is dependability. Dependability also refers to stability and trackability of the data change in overtime and conditions. Both the process and the product of the research were examined for consistency to achieve the degree of dependability by advisor. And the last one is confirmability. This research followed the procedure of the research scientifically. The researcher uses various researchers and fellow researchers' opinion to avoid biases that may happen. This research also confirmed by the advisor of this research in order to reach the confirmability. I have presented all of my content of my proposal from chapter 1 until chapter 3. Thank you very much for the attention.
Okay, thank you, Natalia. Natalia.
Natalia. Susana.
Okay, now before we come to the reviewer, from Papa Hing, I would like to say that I just forget about your proposal, and I think that you have 24 songs. Is that?
Yeah, untuk semua album.
So it is only about songs. So just put maybe half or 10 songs rather than 5. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Are you agree, Bu Yuli? Do you agree, Bu?
Yes, yes. Okay,
yes,
Bu.
because song is very short. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Now we come to Pak Bahing for the review. Yeah. Time is yours, Bapak.
Yeah, thank you, Bu Prof. Maria. Thank you for the time. Siapa ini? Natalia, Susana, Putri, AAA 1117-119.
Yes, sir.
So the topic of your proposal is an analysis of English phrasal verbs found in 5 Greece movie original soundtrack.
Yeah, ma'am.
It is not done in school.
No, sir.
Do you have reason why that you don't do this in schools?
I'm interested in analysis the song, sir.
It is only for you.
Yes, but it also have significances for the teachers or the students if they want to see the.
Yeah, it is up to an analysis of English phrasal verbs found in 5 Greece movie original soundtracks that it does not contribute to schools. Tidak berkontribusi kepada sekolah karena tidak dilaksanakan di sekolah. It is only for you to pass the exams agar bisa lulus dari ujian ini. I suggest you to add some more journal and article, ya. Itu tolong ditambah seperti jurnal atau artikel itu ditulis seperti pada halaman 9 itu. Di halaman 9 itu seperti itu ditulis, ya. Jurnal dan artikel itu dimasukkan di body of the writing. Ya. Seperti itu. Your topic is on the track. Judulnya bagus saja itu. I think it is on the track. but you don't do that. You didn't do that in schools. And then on page 2, I found that you don't have research. Resource. Resource ini Abi Taib 2019. Ini penulisannya salah ya. Diperbaikin. Jangan hanya ada tahunnya, apa namanya, page-nya tidak ada. Ya enggak? Cuma ada tahun, page-nya tidak ada. Tolong itu nanti diperbaiki. Ya.
Baik, Pak.
Harus ada page-nya. Kemudian research problemmu adalah what phrasal verbs, kemudian what are the meaning and what the dominant. Kemudian fokus and subfocus. Ini ada, kok tidak ada subfocus mana? What is your subfocus?
I didn't put it, sir.
Subfocus is your investigation. Yang diteliti itu adalah subfokusnya. Subfokusnya itu adalah what phrasal verbs, what are the meaning, and what are the dominant phrasal verbs. That is the subfocus. Nah, sementara fokusnya itu an analysis of English phrasal verbs. Ya. Jadi yang diteliti pertanyaannya itu, that is the subfocus. Dalam penelitian kualitatif. Ya. Tolong diperbaikin saja. Kamu perbaikin. How many? Itu hanya 5 ya. 5 quiz, movie. Tapi saya ada baca di mana itu yang kok banyak sekali 24. What do you mean? Ada saya baca itu kok di halaman berapa saya lupa, kok banyak sekali 24.
Ya 24 untuk satu album.
Apa itu diseleksi menjadi 5? Reduction?
Iya.
Oh gitu.
I chose it by myself.
Kemudian research objektif. Research objektif. Sebenarnya itu di halaman 3 itu ada research goal ya. Tujuan penelitian. Tapi tidak apalah. Di sini dimasukkan di research objektif. Di situ ditambah 1 that you want to know deeply about the phrasal verbs ya. Di 1.4 that you want to know more deeply about the phrasal verbs. Anda ingin memperdalam pengetahuan Anda tentang phrasal verbs itu.
Natalia, would you please stop the share screen?
So
stop the share screen. Thank you.
Descriptive qualitative method. Enggak.
Sorry, sir.
Who is the informant? Respondent?
No.
Do you have it? Do you have informant or
Yes.
respondent? Tidak ada.
Untuk informant, yes, but respondent.
Siapa?
I think no.
Come on. Informant. What informant is that?
Siapa informan atau respondennya?
Fellow researchers.
Atau tidak menggunakan informan?
Fellow researchers.
Because you only investigate the text. Ya.
Yes, sir.
Anda tidak punya responden, tidak punya informan, tetapi itu terganti dalam bentuk teks. Text of apa itu phrasal verbs that you find in movie original soundtrack. Itu saja.
Yes, sir.
Kemudian, do you record? Did you make recording?
No.
in collecting the data. No recording, yeah?
No, sir.
No recording, no transcription.
Transcription.
You only copycat?
No, I will copy and then make the transcript. Then I will do
Yeah.
the analysis by myself, sir.
Yeah, you only copycat, yeah? The text from online. Text itu dari
Application.
online kan? Ya.
Application.
Ya, from application.
Yeah.
Iya. And then for triangulation, what do you use?
Pardon me, sir?
For triangulation, what do you use? What did you use? What will you use? Triangulationnya menggunakan apa nanti? Apa yang ditunjukkan ke pembimbing Anda bahwa ini bukti pekerjaan Anda?
Observation.
Triangulasinya dalam bentuk apa? Triangulasinya?
Observation, sir.
Hah?
Observation.
Maka kamu tidak mengobservasi. Kan kamu tidak mengobservasi. Data itu diambil dari aplikasi. Ya. Anda tunjukkan ke pembimbing Anda triangulasinya pakai ini gitu.
Yes,
You
sir.
don't need that, Natalia.
Yes, ma'am.
You don't need to have the triangulation because it is only analyze the surface structure
Yeah, ma'am.
and the meaning behind it.
Thank you, ma'am.
Kemudian ini kurang satu dilengkapi dengan construct validity. Walaupun itu batasnya cuma 3, credibility, transferability, dependability, tapi ini kamu sudah banyak pakai confirmability, sudah 4, dilengkapin saja menjadi tambah 1 menjadi construct validity, ya, because you use the theory and the methodology, construct validity. Jurnalnya kamu tambah ya.
Yes, sir.
Jurnal lain ini kan banyak, jurnal online ini kok ada 1 aja ketemu tadi, 1 aja di halaman 9 ini. Tambah lagi. Apa di kita ini tidak ada tidak ada aturan berapa jurnal yang harus masuk di penelitian kalian di S1. Saya kurang tahu. Kalau saya dulu kita memang harus jurnal itu paling tidak 20 masuk ke dalam disertasi, at least ya 20 jurnal atau artikel yang masuk. Oke, thank you. Tidak banyak yang saya tanya. Saya juga tidak dapat menemui kesalahan-kesalahan Anda yang fatal. It's okay saja. Ya, you may go on with your thesis. Ya. Thank you, Bu Maria.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Pak Bahing, Pak Dr. Bahing. So, Natalia, you can go on with your proposal. Yeah, but remember that you will add some more songs. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now the time is for Ibu Yuli. Yeah. Ibu Yuli, would you like to say something for Natalia? Time is yours, Ibu.
I think it's enough, Ibu. Yeah, I think because her proposal is quite neat. Yeah, she just needs to add things according to your suggestions. Yeah, thank you, Ibu.
Okay, thank you very much, Ibu Yuli. Now, if you have any question, yeah, please play the, YouTube again. Yeah, this is YouTube. So you can have Pak Bahing review through YouTube, and then you have 2 weeks for your revision. Okay, it's enough for you?
It's enough.
Yes, I think it is 1 day only is enough. Yeah.
Yes.
So do you have something to say, or maybe you have any question for all of us here?
I think I have no question, ma'am.
Thank you. So this is the end of our seminar, yeah, and the result will be given after you have your revision. You have already done your revision. Okay.
Yes.
So thank you very much, Pak Bahing, Ibu Yuli.
Thank you. You are
Now the time
welcome.
to say
You're welcome,
goodbye
Ibu.
for Natalia's seminar. Okay, see you then. Bye-bye.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pak.
Izin lift ya, Bu, Bapak. Ya.
Healthy.
Selamat ya.
Thank you. Thank you, Pak.
Yeah, thank you.
I will end the Zoom, Pak.
Ya. Kirim linknya nanti,
Oke, Pak.
link penilaian.
Terima kasih,
Thank
Pak.
you.